Hi, I'm Andrew Cook, and this is the story of how God brought me from being cowardly to courageous. Growing up, I was born in a Christian home with loving parents, and I had a good life. But there was one problem. I was afraid. I was afraid to do things that everyone else would do. I was afraid to let people get to know me. I was afraid to get to know people. I was afraid to make big decisions, to ask questions. I was afraid to step out of my comfort zone and to really put myself out there like a lot of people around me were doing, because I was just afraid of getting hurt. I was afraid of getting made fun of. I was afraid of awkward situations because I thought I would be the only one ending up in awkward situations. So this is what characterized my life really all the way up until college. All through elementary school, middle school, and high school, I had good friends. I had a good life, but I always felt like there was something missing. There was something I didn't have that everyone else had. I couldn't figure out what it was. I thought it was just me. I thought I just was not fun. I thought I just wasn't as good as absolutely everyone else around me. Junior year after, the summer after my junior year of high school, I accepted Christ. I decided I learned that I needed His sacrifice to get into heaven, and I decided I wanted Him as my Savior. So I decided to accept Him. I still didn't know what that meant, though. I didn't have any concept of what a relationship with Christ really looked like. So, fast forwarding to coming to college, I wanted to redefine myself in college. I wanted to be more outgoing, more fun to be around. I wanted to be like everyone else at college, at least everyone on the TV shows and movies, how they view college as being. But for some reason, I fell back into the same old fears. I didn't want to put myself out there. I didn't want to make big decisions. I didn't want to get to know people, and I didn't want people to get to know me. I was still afraid. Starting my freshman year, I came to an organization called Crew, and they taught me how to step out and to share my faith, which definitely helped build my courage, because stepping out and talking to people about Jesus is awkward, no matter what you're doing. It's pretty awkward unless both people know Jesus, but if one person doesn't, it's awkward. So I learned how to share my faith, and that definitely helped. But there was still something holding me back, and I just didn't know what it was. Moving to junior year of college, I was worried because I didn't think I was going to pass a class, that I needed to stay in my major and basically stay at the university. I was really afraid, and I just didn't want to look at my grades. I didn't want to see how badly I was doing in that class. And then one night, I just felt prompted to just check my grades, to just be like, whatever they are, me looking at them or not looking at them is not going to change anything. So I looked at my grades, and they were actually decently okay. I was going to pass the class. I was going to be fine, so I stopped being worried, which really, it brought me peace. And it was at that point I realized being afraid isn't what's going to bring me peace. Hiding from my problems, hiding from people is not what's going to bring me peace. But stepping out, facing my problems, facing whatever awkward situations that I was put in, and knowing that whatever happened, God had my back, and that God was going to bring me through whatever awkward or bad or weird situations that He put me in, and He was going to enable me and allow me to face my problems. It's still been a journey. I still am tempted every day to go back to being a coward, to being afraid, but every day God is making me more courageous and more willing to step out and to face my problems and to deal with challenges and he's given me the confidence that I never had, and it's brought me so much peace, and God is continuing every day to shape my life more and more into the man He wants me to be. So, I'm Andrew Cook, and this is the story of how I went from being cowardly to courageous.